I have my clouds going diagonally this way. Is that the way I had it in your cloud? Okay.
No, it's different.
Well, it's different than the picture, but in my drawing video, I have them go, because I've got these lines going this way toward the bridge. I thought just to have a counter, I might have a little bit of a diagonal this way, just to create some movement in the sky. And I've added another window up here. This building looked really blank. So between moving this guy in here with his cart and another window, I kind of relieve some tedium over here. I also noticed that this building in the photograph has yellow in one spot and then painted white up here. I ain't changing that. I'm going to make it yellow the entire way. And I'm going to bring the shadow down just below the third floor windows. Even though in the photograph, the shadow comes down to the second floor windows, if you look really carefully.
Oh, yeah.
So where are you bringing it to?
I'm bringing it down just right about here. Oh. Okay, so a couple my drawing changes, but
I'm sorry, you're gonna make the whole building yellow.
yeah, exactly.
Futz with the white.
I'm not going to fuss with a two-tone because it's too great. And I like the yellow that comes down in here into the water, so I'm going to have to continue that. So in my value sketch, my darkest areas will be the bottom of the boat and that rudder. The shadows of the buildings will be like a number 4. My sky is one of the lightest. The pavement is going to be the second lightest, so that's the order in which I'll be doing these. And then these buildings will be 3s, middle tones or lights in through here. And again, I've got these people in here just to create some animation. There are people in the picture, but so I put in, and I've also added another awning over this door. This building seemed so blank to me, so I put another awning over it, like the awnings down here. Well, I'm probably going to I'm going to make this a blue awning on a red building, whereas we have a red awning on a blue building, and we just make it interesting. Okay. The whole thing is a study in warm and cool colors, and I hope you know that the warm colors are in the yellow, red range, and some of the light browns, and the cool colors are usually your blues and purples, and sometimes some greens can go either way. You can either have a warm green or a cool green, but I don't think we got a lot of trees in this one. All right, so I'm going to start with my sky, and as you've seen me do before, I'm going to flood it with water so that and I'm going to go around the buildings, and I'm going to go around the rooftops. So I want to keep those rooftops, have a nice feeling of light hitting them. I like those dormers up there. This is such interesting architecture. And it's a nice scale too. 2, maybe 3-story buildings, and very walkable streets in Venice. I'm going to take this color right down through. What am I doing here? Okay, all right. There we go. So I'm going to get some cup of coffee. I did the sky. I did
the water.
Yep, and I brought that sky color right down into the water.
Okay, gotcha.
There. Okay, I'm going to take a little bit of my Windsor red. If you leave absolute white in the sky, at the end of the painting, it'll be too bright, and you won't be happy with it. So even though it's a white cloud, I can either add a yellowy color. I'm going to add a slight pinky color in here, and I'm not going to overdo it. This is not the alizarin, it's the other one. Permanent red.
What's the other one?
Windsor.
No.
Yeah.
So you're going around what you hope to be clouds?
Yeah, those are the clouds.
Oh, those are the,
Yeah, those are the clouds. And then now I'm grabbing some cerulean blue. And I usually don't use cerulean pure. I'm gonna maybe take a little touch of ultramarine. But the cerulean blue has that, okay. Watch out, you get those little granules of pigment on there and they can kind of drag across your painting and make these annoying lines. Now I'm trying to move pretty quickly because I don't want the water to set up. I want to keep a soft line between the red and the blue. Okay, let's get a little more blue in here. So you're just kind of flooding this sky with color. This is going to go right over those. Yep. And I'm going to get, oh, and I have all this down below here. Good. I'm going to actually go into these buildings by a little bit. I may go around a couple of these figures. And get the blue of the sky into the water. And into the left-hand sides of those tied up rowboats. And this, you're gonna think I'm crazy. I'm gonna use that blue, very pale blue. These white window trims, I don't want them bright white. So when you have things in shadow, as Ellen remembers, it's called deeper, darker, duller. So the white will be a slightly darker than the white up above. So I don't want to get that too blue, so I'm going to take some of it out. Okay, shall I do the pavement or let you guys do the sky? Leave it at that.
you went, okay.
I'm going to put a little bit of water down here. I'm just trying to make sure I can see where my boat is, so I'm putting a little bit of this blue down here. And we're going to make a few little raggedy lines here so that and maybe later that will be helpful to me, I don't know. Okay, I'll take a little pause here and let you work into that.
Down by the rudder, it looks like you put a little like grayish into your blue. Is that what it was?
It may be just the red that was on my brush.
You stay away from the chimneys with the water?
Yeah, I didn't put the water on the chimneys. Big size.
Play the meditation music in the background.
So you ran the water all the way down through, under the bridge and.
Yeah.
Except for the bridge.
Yeah.
Why does the paper curl even if it's still stuck? Does that mean this is cheaper paper?
No, that's
So
normal.
it does.
I
You
can
got
see.
the Arches.
Yeah, no, you got good paper.
Arches is the good one, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Best brand.
And if you get a 300-pound paper, that's more like cardboard, and that doesn't buckle at all.
Oh, so must not be 300 now.
No, and I use 140. I mean, 300 pound is a lot more expensive too.
Yeah, because it's thicker,
Oh,
very thick, yeah.
Yeah.
See, because my boat's a lot smaller. Okay.
I did too, we too.
And so the pink part is cerulean red with,
No,
uh,
it's a red.
yeah, Windsor red or permanent red.
any one of them.
Yeah, it could be alizarin. It could even be a raw
Yeah,
sienna, but
or a warmer, but yeah, it has a warmer.
We only do the sky and the water, right, so far?
yeah,
Did we do
you can
anything
do anything you want.
else? No, I want to shoot ahead.
Okay, I'm going to move on to another section. All right, I'm going to do the sidewalks, the cobblestone paving stones on both sides of the water. And again, it's if you really stare at it, you go, what the hell color is it? It's kind of a gray, but it's not a very dark gray, so it's not a gloomy gray. But on the other hand, what is gray? There's always some color in gray. So you kind of got to decide, okay, what do I want this thing? I mean, what would make my painting better? Do I need more warm colors in the foreground, or should I have some cooler colors in the foreground? And what's the verdict? Do we need more warm colors? I kind of don't think so, because we've got all the warms in the buildings. So, if anything, this will end up being
Not significant.
right. Okay, so I've touched sort of up in here. I've even covered over the legs of some of these people. And I'm going to start with a little bit of alizarin and crimson. Now, I just said I didn't want warm, but of the reds, alizarin is a little cooler, not much. And I'm going to drop in some of it up here. I'm going to go around the boat and around the steps. Let me get a little more alizarin on here. There we go. Go right underneath that cart, around this guy's legs. But then, as I start to come forward, I'm going to add ultramarine blue. And I'm going to start to get it warmer. Cooler. Whoops, darn it. And if it starts to look too purpley, throw a little bit of raw sienna in there. So that gives me my sort of gray. We're gonna take that same color, the pink, a little bit of blue. I'm gonna go around that boat. I'm gonna take this pavement color right down into that edge of the docky thing. And since I now know that my rooftops are, hopefully the sky is dry against the rooftops, I'm going to drop in a little bit of roof color in the sun. I'm going to get a little bit of I wish you could walk around the other side, Judy. I'm doing raw sienna with a little bit of the red. And I'm going to just drop in these rooftops, these tiled roofs.
Which red did you use?
I got the Windsor red. And I'm just running one rooftop into the next. Little shadow thing coming down here, and then another rooftop. Yeah, that's all right. And then another one up here. Now this one we don't see in the photograph, but I did run it up. Yeah, you're not supposed to be painting. I'm trying to paint fast so you don't have to watch me for very long. And there's that red. I'm going to get a little bit more red into it. Okay, and I'm going to leave it there. So I've done some sidewalk, and I did the red because the red roofs, because the next thing I'm going to do is the buildings, and I don't want the red to bleed into the blue or yellow building. So knock that off now, and oh, I hear a squirt. I don't think. Squirting is good to do on your paper too. I don't have mine.
I keep forgetting.
You can use mine if you want to get it.
I've got one
Okay.
in my bag, but then I feel it's a dirty trick if I use it and then somebody else here doesn't have one.
You can share.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. I cheat all the time.
Ned, could you repeat your roof color combination?
Yeah. We had some questions in the room here. Raw sienna, which is the yellowy brown, and I used the permanent red or Windsor red. Makes a nice orangey color.
Thanks.
Like
How long were you in Venice?
I wasn't. I mean, I've been there, but this is a picture a friend of mine took, which is rare for me to use a photograph that I didn't take for a painting. But I thought it's just the
Why
color.
is that? Because you like to set up your own subject?
And I like to make sure when I take the picture there is something in the focal point. So
But in this picture, is it the bridge or?
I think it's the
both?
bridge. I think it's the bridge.
Yeah.
It actually looks a little bit like Murano rather than Venice itself.
Just because of the small scale.
Well, and the bright colors that are, and the wide
And you know,
sidewalks.
and I could
Venice
ask
is
you,
crowded.
and you might be right. I could ask my friend where, because he just said, "Oh, here's a picture I took in Venice," but he only had been there once, so that he might not be distinguishing between Venice and Murano.
Yeah.
And I've liked Chioggia, which is a working town near Venice, because it's less touristy and still has the same canals and buildings.
Yeah, the colors are brilliant out
Yeah.
Could this also be Holland or Netherlands?
I've never been to the Netherlands, so I don't know.
Different,
Okay.
Different look.
very,
There's a no.
So, Bill, these tiled roofs are like the proposed restaurant out on Route 22.
oh, yeah. It's not open yet,
The,
that one?
the disaster.
Oh my gosh. Steakhouse, I think, right?
I thought it was gonna be like a wedding hall or
An event place? Yeah, but it was almost, it was kind of a restaurant, but.
supposed to be what?
It was supposed to be very nice, and the town came up against it when it was almost finished and said, oh, we didn't agree to that roof.
Yeah.
Oh, we didn't agree to this.
Well, it was,
So in the end, they're telling him that?
well, but when they proposed building it, it was gonna be a white clapboard building with a
Yeah.
dark asphalt roof.
Okay.
And then when they built it, all of a sudden bricks are coming in and tiles are coming in. It's like,
But they didn't say anything.
that's what drives me crazy. Like you could
Oh, they
stand
let
there
them put it
and,
up, yeah, and
They
then,
you-
didn't say, oh, you gotta take it down.
yeah, like where was the building inspector when the roof was going on? I would agree with that.
yeah, somebody got a big kick out of watching it go up.
Okay, we've done the sidewalk, we've done the rooftops, and I'm ready to start on the building to the right, which, yeah,
Can I ask a question?
Sure.
I'm sorry, I had to step away to take
Yeah,
an
yeah.
important call. Can you tell me the colors that you used on the pavement to the left of the canal?
yeah, and
Besides
I used a little bit of alizarin up here, right, Anne Marie?
Yeah.
And then as I got down here, I added more blue, so it got to be a little purplier. Every once in a while, I put a little bit of raw sienna, made it warmer. So I didn't want one color. So as it came down, I just added a little bit more of other colors.
Yeah.
Great, thank you so much.
Sure, sure. Okay, so here we go. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this building. This big building on the right side. And as I said to you at the beginning of class, I'm not going to differentiate between the white painted part at the top and the orange, the yellow at the bottom. It's just this, just
Go right
too.
through it.
And notice that since the shutters, the windows at the top part are all darker than the building, I can go right through them with a brush stroke. So I got to make. What's the color? It's in the yellowy side. I'm going to get a little.
How are you gonna differentiate from the roof color if you're gonna make the whole building yellow?
Well, because I see the roof as being orangey.
Yeah.
And this yellow has got new gamboge in it. And a little bit of this, I'm just trying. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get the permanent red. I'm gonna see how that looks. And here's what, so I put it on. I say, how do I like it? It looks a little too orange,
Rusty?
I'm gonna get some raw sienna into this. And now I think I kind of like it. And I'm going right to the edge of the roof. I'm going right to the dark side of the building.
Oh, okay, cool.
Okay, and I'm going to go right across there. Now let's make it broken color. Let's add some reds through here. Just so it's not just one flat color. Ugh. Down. I'm going to go around these windows, and fortunately, I have this nice big brush so I can do it in one fell swoop.
Oh, because you're going around those windows because they're lighter?
The trim is light. You see the trim?
Yeah,
Oh, right,
the bottom
okay.
windows have
At the
white
bottom,
trim.
the top windows, you just
The
painted
top
over.
windows didn't have any trim, so I'm just going around them.
Right. Oh, cool.
Now, I've done this after I let the sidewalk dry because I didn't want to have a bleed down there.
Oh, okay.
All right, and I'm gonna put a little touch in here, just a little. Okay, now, here's the problem. I need to have a color down here, but it's gotta be darker. So, I'm gonna try the cerulean blue, which is what we use in the sky. But I still want that yellowy feeling in here. But it comes out kind of greenish, doesn't it? I'm gonna be careful around this boat. Okay, I don't mind that color. Okay, I'm gonna get more yellow. This. And I'm using the cerulean as a darkening color because that's the color we had in the sky. Now, I'm gonna make this get greener and adding more blue down at the bottom. Do you agree that it kind of happens that way a little bit? I don't know.
Yeah, it's got more, yeah, it's got green.
What difference does it make?
Yeah.
It's your imagination.
Okay, all right.
And then when I'm getting down here, I'm gonna streak in some colors between the blues that I put in there. And that darker color, I'm gonna take this right through here. Put a couple streaks here. I'm gonna go right up against that sidewalk, that dark piece. I'm gonna have to darken that up more. And while I got this color, I may as well, where Judy, I'm gonna just darken this side of the building.
Gotcha.
And then, what do you have in there, like some greens and browns?
Yeah, it got a little bit of cerulean blue in there with the yellow colors I had.
What yellow, you sienna, Ross?
Raw sienna, yes.
We didn't have any yellow that I heard.
Okay, and while I'm up there, I may just put a little bit of phooey. Little line at the ridge.
You hear that sound? That's the sound of water going down a plastic drain.
Oh, is that what it is? Right? Wow.
That's why, yeah, PVC. That's why cast iron is quieter. But you pay for it.
Yeah.
Especially with lead pipe, right?
No.
All right, so I'm pausing there,
For the,
Okay.
letting you, again, in the shadow, in the water, it should be deeper, darker, duller. So it's not as bright as the yellow up here. It's a dull down a little bit with some brownish yellows and a little bit of cerulean, which gives it that greenish cast. And I hope it ends up looking like the reflection.
Word about that second. After it dries, then you maybe could.
And the fun part's going to come when we do all the little colorful buildings on the right, left side. You know, pinks and blues and yellows and ochres.
So that orange is basically a raw sienna and
Did you wet the building?
No, but I had a pretty darn big brush. You could whip the building.
And you went right over the windows.
Well, at least the top floor windows.
Yeah.
They're going to be darker anyway, so you can
Those
drop
two
them.
lower
Oh, that's
windows,
true,
why
they
did
don't have the white on there.
the two lower windows, what did you put those little pieces of paint in those?
I thought I'd paint them in, and I decided I wasn't going to paint them in.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like I just dropped a little bit of that yellow, and I go, nah, this is stupid. I'll wait till I get a dark green or something.
Okay, yeah, because they're still dark,
Yeah,
even though they're brighter, yeah.
Bill, what were you asking?
it was raw sienna and like one of the reds to make
Yeah.
that orange.
Yeah. Yeah, I use permanent.
Doesn't matter.
And then,
It's a red.
Hair manufacturing.
Thank you.
Come on. Maybe give it a crack.
Better not to use a brush like this because the bristles start to bend. That's what those holes are for, Kathy.
Man, I didn't know that.
Oh, I didn't read the instructions.
I guess I didn't.
Now there really are never any instruction booklets. You're supposed to go online and read the
Oh, man.
Oh.
YouTube crap.
sign on with a password. And... Oh, we haven't even started the boat yet, have we? Oh my God. Oh
That
dear.
big bad thing.
Lovely.
He's just doing that to upset Judy.
My colors are not the same. Artist interpretation, right?
How'd you get the dark shade on the back of that building?
I added a little cerulean to the yellowy color that I had.
That makes green.
Yeah, make it a greenish color, or you can use ultramarine blue with a. Try it. Just
Yeah,
try it on the side. See how it looks.
Yeah, I like the green.
I've got a green. Mine is a green. Here.
Yours is a green.
Like Kathy, when you're doing a still life with a lemon in it, and you get to the shadow side of the lemon,
Yeah.
like a dark yellow, it starts to move toward green. It's a really tough,
Of course you're right.
it's a tough color. All right, I'm ready to start on the buildings on the left. It'll be some of these, pink and sienna and blue and yellow. Oh my gosh, look at all those great colors. I do want to make sure that I don't have, that the colors don't bleed into each other, because I like the edges of the buildings to be distinct. So let's get started. This reddish burnt colored building, what am I going to use here? Raw sienna. And I'm going to try a little alizarin crimson. You could just use burnt sienna, and it might work just all by itself just great. So what I usually do is I put the color on to see whether I like it.
Dab it,
I'm gonna just dab it.
yeah.
And it should be, that looks a little too red to me, so I'm gonna add a little cerulean to it.
Yeah, it's different
Take
on
it
the
down,
screen.
take it down a notch.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna go across the whole damn thing.
Okay. And then you can put the darker side later.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Would you repeat what you were using?
Yeah, raw sienna and alizarin. And then just when it seemed it was a little bit too orangey, I added a touch of cerulean. And that dulled it down a little bit. Okay, here we go. Boom, boom. That roof overhang goes over the, oh boy, I just went through a window, that blew that, all right. Okay, I'll go around this window. Come down. I'm going around a made up an added, what do you call it thing? Awning. Okay, what am I doing here? Here we go, there's that. Come on. Okay, now I feel like I'm doing, come on, get you, the large, just, I'm trying to get some, I didn't flood this with water, so I feel like I'm just stroking too much, but I am going around my figure and around the stuff on this cart. Okay. Okay, then leave it alone. Be done with it. And now I'm gonna do an alizarin building way in the background. I think it'll be this one. This is kind of pinky. And I'm going to go around as best I can around some of these figures. I want to have them to have a little bit of sparkle on them. I'm going to do both sides of the building. And I'm going to take that color right down into the water. Okay, there's that darn building, got that taken care of. Gonna get to the cerulean blue building. And keep this nice and light. Now I'm painting the shadow side and the light side with the light color. I will come back and do the shadow side of this building in a few moments. And I'm going around my figures. Okay, now am I ready to go to that? Way in the background I have some colors. Oh, there's a nice pinky color. I'm going to do some of these shadow side buildings. You see, there's one that's sort of pinky. And that's going to reflect down here.
So pinky, did you use red?
Yeah, I use a little alizarin crimson. And then a little bit of another darker color over here. And then I have some very pale colors way in the back. They're just like building blocks. And I may take a little bit of yellow back in there. do want to make sure the tops of these look like it's architecture and not. What color is down there? Wow, I don't know. Okay, now I'm ready to do the yellow building with aureole, and I'm hoping the colors have dried now. A little bit of cadmium yellow and aureolin, and we'll see how that looks. It looks pretty bright and pale and nice, so I'm going to go right over the windows of this thing. Up into the dormers, drop in some color up there. What do I have back here? That's the blue one. I got a lace. I'm going to grab a little bit of permanent rose just to create one more pinky color. Now what? I said I was going to make this. I'm going to put in these awnings now. I got this blue awning on this building. And I've got, what am I going to do with that guy? I'm going to put a little bit of, start to paint this guy in a little bit. I'm going to give him, and as I do this guy, I'm going to make the shadow he casts, he comes down to his feet, and I go out like this to create a little bit of shadow. Underneath the cart's a little bit of a shadow. The back of the cart's a shadow. And I see his cargo as being, as we see in the photograph, a little bit of yellow. The boxes he's carrying are these yellow things. Okay, now what? Okay, yeah. I've got to do the dark sides of these buildings, like this blue building, but it's a little bit wet. Should I just go for it?
I don't know. There's no paint on the boat yet.
Right.
Boy, Bill.
Who invited him to the party?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Marty
go,
Cooper, right there.
go ahead, go back to your seat.
Play with your computer.
We like you, but go back to your seat.
No, we need Bill in this class, cause
I know.
he's the techno savvy.
Well,
Who's techno savvy, you or Ned, or both of you are?
No, he is.
Well, I can't believe what
It's
you
not
do.
so much
I can't
as
believe
the-
what you do during the week with our
yeah.
critiques and stuff. It's amazing.
All right, so I'm taking this same color that I had before, alizarin crimson, raw sienna, and a little bit of cerulean to get
Lindsay,
a dark version of this building.
Dry. Everything here is, that's my problem, mine's dripping all over the place.
Wow, that's great.
So that worked out pretty good. What happened here? Anything else I need to do here? Get this, straighten that line out. Okay, the blue, the darker blue. Okay, I'll just get the darker sides of each of these bellies, and I'll leave you to paint This is a slightly more intense cerulean with a little bit of dirty color on it, so whatever it is. There's the dark side of this. Again, going around some of these figures. Underneath the awning, it's going to be dark. And just under the lip of the roof, it's going to be dark. So that's the dark of that. And then the pinky building. There's a little yellow building way back here. No, it's a blue building. Why do I care which one it is, huh? Does it matter?
Oh, I
Does it
love
matter?
that shadow you did with the guy with his feet. God, that's so cool.
It's all in the wrist action.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a little more than that.
So a little,
See,
little dark yellow under here on the side of these dormers. Hint of windows up there. I may as well do some. Oh, let's get those blue windows in.
Oops, I made that too
Yes, Judy, blue.
Blue.
dark. I got a purple tree.
Nice.
I know. Oh my goodness.
All right, I'll let you guys work on those buildings on the left-hand side. Just whip those babies off.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, yeah, yeah, no problem. Wow.
Oh, lovely.
It takes more than 3 strokes to do a building. You're doing too much. Yep.
Okay. Wow, okay. I'm messed up then.
Yeah, part of the challenge is just letting stuff dry with this
Yes.
painting. I keep,
Well, okay. So if you got in a wet area and you know you're going to bleed, then go over to the right side. See
Yeah,
those windows we
I
haven't
know,
done.
Yeah,
Go over
I
there
know,
and
I need to jump around more, that's why I'm.
jump around more.
Yeah.
That's okay, my mind does it all the time.
Brush keeps moving hair when you put them. So it's like this little one.
We haven't even started the people yet, have we?
Oh, brother.
Oh, brother. Or the boat. Oh, dear.
Oh, brother.
Oh, brother.
Thank you.
That's what we're here for.
Ugh.
Torture is right.
Oh, stop.
Okay, so it's pinky open.
No, good. I like the looseness in here. This, that. When we get to the figures, we're gonna hit with some pretty intense colors, like we gotta make them stand out in some way, so we
Okay.
make a phthalo blue.
Like they're wearing a
red.
bright
You
shirt.
don't wanna put a bright red person next to a red.
Right, I was gonna go kind of look for the,
Yeah. Notice how those have accents of yellow, red, whatever.
You mean they're wearing like a bright shirt?
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. One big stroke, just. There you go.
Easy for you to say.
Yeah.
I know. I'm like, I got like a sliver over here. I'll see that.
Okay, on the yellow building, it looks like your top windows are kind of washy, like very not distinctive.
Yeah, they kinda got blurry.
But that's fine because it's farther in the distance,
Alright,
right?
which ones are you talking about? Like up
On
here?
the yellow building, yes,
This
see
one here?
the windows? They
Yeah, I
look-
know.
They don't look nice and sharp, so
They
it's
don't.
because, no, that's fine because it's
Yeah.
farther away.
Right, yeah. We can talk ourselves into it.
yes.
No, I like the way it looks. I-
Do you like that?
We were at my mother-in-law's one time, when Rob was moving, just to look at my brother-in-law, he said, "Oh, mucky, done, mucky." And my mother-in-law says, "I know where he got that, in the home." Say that.
Oh my god.
Muck you.
That's funny. I'm sure it wasn't Bennett.
Mm-mm. Good to know. Interesting.
Yeah.
All right, well, we can't postpone this boat any longer.
Prolonged agony.
Yeah. So it's clearly a very bright color, and it's sort of a nice lead into the painting. See, a colorful painting, you want some nice colors in there. So I'm going to use the new Gamboge yellow, which is good bright yellow, and it's right up at the front there. Let's see, that's the. Make sure I get this right. Okay, there's the yellow. It comes right there. And then as it goes back down the side of the boat, out of sight, it's a little bit more of a raw sienna, which is darker yellow. But there we are. That was easy, right?
Yep.
Okay. Then we get I'm going to put a little bit of raw sienna in the cargo area of this boat, as though they've got some packages in there or something. I'm going to go around the oar, or the tiller thing. Okay, little bits of color. Let's get the cerulean blue going. Nice clean cerulean. I don't have it mixed with too much else. And it's going to be right under that.
This is supposed to be more relaxing. Shovel. Amazing. Good one. Very good, Ned.
There's that, and then the blue as it goes back away from us, maybe gets a little bit more ultramarine. So we're just going to go around the corner, head down that way. Right down to the edge of the dock. Come on, a little bit more water. All right, and I've got this nice bright cerulean up here on the deck. Here we are. This little piece here. Okay, now that box in the back, it's kind of a red, yellow, and blue. Give you a gray. So I'm just gonna take this color here, a little bit darker as it casts a shadow onto that part of the boat. See the shadow under here. And the top is a little less bright than the front. Put a little bit of tone over that. Oh, I see a little bit of something blue that kind of outlines that. Well, I don't really know what the heck that stuff is. Balled up. What do you call it? Life jackets or something. And the boat color down below here.
Is a what?
I've done it sort of in a alizarin crimson and ultramarine. And then it gets really dark as it turns the corner and goes up out of sight. So I add a little bit of strong ultramarine there. There we go. Bottom of that boat is really dark. And what am I going to do about this?
Just that one little shadow to distinguish the tiller, right?
Yeah, yeah. Now we've got the tiller itself is such a dark color too. It's really eesh. Eek is right. And it's tricky. Well, as we get toward the end of the painting, we just increasingly get darker and darker colors. So I've got to.
Oh.
I'm leaving the edge of that tiller with a little bit of white highlight. And once I get the tiller in, I better take it right down into the water.
What color's that?
That's just ultramarine almost. And I think I better get some of the dark colors into the water while I'm down here, and maybe I get a little bit of greenish color in there. Because I forgot to do that greenish color in this part of the water before. I'm paying for it. Oh, I don't mind that. Look at that nice little dribble. All right. Red, absolute red. Okay, I just put another darker tone on the tiller, and I'm gonna kind of kick back. We still have people and some windows to do. Boy, oh boy. Okay, I'm gonna keep moving. I'm gonna do the windows. I'll wait and do the people when you guys have a chance to watch me. But I'm gonna get the darks in some of the windows in this in the building on the right. I see them sort of being in the greenish family.
Hey Ned,
Yeah.
This is Kirk.
Yeah,
I'm
Kirk.
gonna have to peel out. I've got to be somewhere by noon.
Okay, you're golfing with four people today, or how many?
No. More
Like
of
a rat
more of a
leaving a
meeting.
sinking ship.
Pickleball meeting.
Oh, okay. All right. Good. Well, listen. And you'll get the video to you can finish it off with
That
that,
was a good one.
or you can finish off on your own. Okay. Good. Thanks for letting me know.
All right.
Now-
Take care, everybody.
Yep. See you later.
Did you hear what Bill said?
What's that?
He said like a
rat leaving a sinking ship.
There you go.
Off to play golf.
He's my very athletic cousin. And we share a grandfather who started painting when he retired.
Oh wow.
So we all have little oil paintings that he did on trips or that he brought home and did. And so it's kind of like, I think that's another reason why I was gravitated to art and paint, and because Granddad had these little paintings of
Nice.
Germany or whatever.
Wow.
And each of us has, maybe 2 or 3.
It's funny, I gravitated to art because I didn't want to wear a jacket and tie.
Well, we all do.
Drove my Latin teacher crazy in high school.
What, that you would come to class because you'd been in the art studios?
No, he just knew.
Your focus.
Yeah.
Oh, thank goodness I didn't have to learn my phone in high school.
Oh, I didn't either.
Oh.
But like, she was nice enough to take us to Italy.
Oh, nice.
Oh.
2 weeks.
Wow, really nice.
Jeez.
She didn't go because she wanted to go.
And it's actually the organization that everyone went is still around.
Oh, wow.
Was that AFS?
My son did that. It might be an offshoot. It was the American Cultural Society, or
Okay.
the Cultural Heritage Society.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yeah, big deal. All high school kids should go to Europe.
That would be nice. Yeah, depends. Yeah.
Well, my mom's attitude was, "You'll be on the plane." She heard about it in the, like when you have the parent, like whatever, parents go in for within the first 2 weeks of the school year, and the teacher maps out what they want to do. She goes, "So you guys are going to Rome next year, or in the spring?" He's like, "Yeah." She goes, "Yeah."
You're on
Nice.
there, you're going.
Good mother.
Yeah, really.
No, I was like, no, if I have that kind of money, I'm gonna get a camera, or a better, get the better camera.
Gotcha.
She
Gotcha.
goes, "Nah, you can take the better camera with you."
Well, that's good.
Nice.
Yeah.
That was the one time they didn't mind spending money.
Nice.
I'm glad you got that.
Yep, that's for sure. Yep. The closest thing we went when we were, well, we were so, we were pretty poor. We went to Prospect Park
Right.
in Brooklyn. So that was a big outing for us. A lot of fun.
And the dogs, dogs on Saturday morning, it's like doggy heaven for them.
Nice. Nice.
You gonna get another dog?
Not anytime soon.
Too much work, right?
Yeah.
Once you have your freedom,
I don't have freedom.
Well,
the dog got me pushed in a wheelchair
Yeah, I know.
when it comes to the size, what fits in a car.
Yeah. I heard that. Wow. Ay, 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 ay.
I was just dropping in a few darks, like the dark shutters on those windows. They're really just green blobs. I could maybe scrape out some lines.
Just sticking color any old place.
Yeah, I could try to scrape out a few lines that I want, but I don't think I'm going to. Too late on that. And then dropping some of those same colors into the water. But I'm doing them between some of the little strokes of reflections that I put in. Not too bad. Okay, I'm gonna goof things up a little bit. I'm gonna do some of the figures, but I've raised my painting so it's up close to the camera, so perhaps you can see. But now I can't see my my palette. All right. It's important in doing the figures to not try to get too detailed and to let colors sort of blend. So the whatever color you put on the shirt or the coat blends perhaps down into the legs. I'm gonna use some fairly bright colors in my figures so that they jump out a little bit. There can be a little bit of a white highlight on their shoulders or something, so I won't quite fill them all in. But I'm gonna give this a try. Let's see. Let's see. I want my eye to go back here. I'm gonna have a. Okay, I'm gonna take raw sienna as the top of the head. I'll just put a little blot there. And I don't have to do it on all of them, but okay, I just put a little blob there. Okay, now, so here I'm taking this figure, I'm gonna make, this figure is gonna be red. Boom, 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 boom. And I'm gonna grab a little bit of blue for his or her pants, and the blue will just slightly blend in with that and go down. Yep, ultramarine, and then I get a little bit of a shadow there. There's one figure done, and you see the red kind of makes it jump. Over here on the left, I'm grabbing cerulean blue. I mean, a phthalo blue is a really intense color. So I'm gonna stick this phthalo blue person this time with a red pants or something coming down, almost like a triangle. And I'm gonna throw out the shadow from her. So there's the phthalo blue. Does she have a handbag down here, perhaps? Okay, and then what else am I gonna, what's another bright color? Yellow. I'll throw this yellow back here. That's not a very bright yellow. Yeah, don't like that at all. I'm gonna go with an alizarin crimson, almost straight out of the tube. Alizarin crimson right here. Arm off to the side. And the blue that I had next door is going to be the blue of the leg, little angle for the knee, little accent there. This is terrible back here, this whatever this person is. I put some yellow and I don't really like it. Okay, and then way in the back here, I've got a couple of figures. I'm going to use that blue up here for this guy, maybe this guy. Alizarin crimson. Another figure on the bridge. Got 3 figures there. I'm blending 2 of them together. Put a dot for the head. And I want to keep and this guy here. I'm going to give him a little bit more of a shadow down to there, right down. There it goes. There's that cart. A little dark in the back of his head. can you see that I just have just little blobs of paint on here? And the bridge, this drove me crazy. The bridge is actually fairly a dark color out there. It's going to be a dark against that red pink building, but I'm going to keep the railing line white. I go up and across. I'm keeping that railing line light, so you kind of see it. And underneath it's darker. And underneath there's a shadow under the bridge, which will go up, and it tapers. So it doesn't quite. Okay, now it's got to have maybe a little darks there. Wow, take that down to the other side. Oh. And I'm going to slide this over. I'm going to do these little boats here. One of them has a little bit of cerulean on it. I kind of messed that up a little bit. Ugh. And what's the other one? Oh, it's a reddish boat. Isn't that nice?
Crazy. Wow. Amazing.
I'm putting a few lines in the water, indicating that red boat. Little accent there. There we go. All right, what am I doing? Okay, so just little accents, and then the last thing I'm going to do is just do a little bit of on the sidewalk here, or I got to be really careful with this. One thing you got to watch out, at the end of the day, you can be a little tired mentally, and you start doing things sloppily. I'm going to put.
It's only noon.
Yeah, I'm going to use my flat brush to create a few lines in here. And perhaps lighter lines as you go back. Of course, it would have to be this sort of pattern at a diagonal, wouldn't it? Creating a little texture over here. As though those were the cobblestones or rough stones. And the last thing I'm going to do is put a little bit of a shadow over, coming down over that building. Check out this shadow going in now. Oh boy. And I'll do it in one stroke. This is just the shadow of that overhang. And I'm going to take that shadow right into the side here. Take that.
It's all done with smoke and mirrors.
Make sure it's sharp. And then you get a few more darks in the water and we'll be done.
Oh, wow. Awesome.
Right? And don't forget, you're rewiring your brain.
I'm trying to tell myself that, yeah.
Huh?
Good luck.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that, good luck with that.
Oh, for
Well,
me.
if you're forcing yourself to do something new, and it's a bit of a struggle, it's going to rewire your brain.
In a good way?
Hmm?
In a good way.
Yeah?
All right, so I think I'm about done. Again, it's the little accents at the end. If you have a little rigger, what's called a rigger brush or a teeny little brush, you can.
I knew that brush was going to come out.
That's cool.
I'm hoping just the little accents of light in the back. I'll bring this up
Oh,
Wow.
where you see little light accent on the bridge and the figures, a couple dark figures, kind of pop. And then these figures over here have some reds and blues to jump out against the yellows, and little shadows kind of blink them to the ground. So I think I may darken the side of this box by a little bit more. Just adjusting my values a little bit. That's okay. Yeah, that's probably pretty good. I could put wires across here. You know what the wires are across?
Yeah, you get that funny brush.
That funny brush. I can fiddle with that. You want me to pull that? No, where is that?
Whatever you do, use something that Judy doesn't have.
Noodle away.
Make her go shopping.
Yeah, this could be war here.
Yeah, so I've got what's called a rigger brush, which is just really teeny.
Right.
Rigor
And
mortis, yeah.
it's rigor.
Rigor mortis.
yeah, and I'm gonna pretend these are the little lines of the wires that.
Let's see you do that any other way, Emil.
Why?
You see the brush he's using?
Oh, yeah, forget it, yeah.
Yeah.
No.
I'm sure Amazon has one somewhere. Cheap Joe's. Yard
I'm sure.
sales.
I got riggers in, but I got for oil, so.
Scrollers? Oh.
No, for oil, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, but the calligraphy folks use them too, right?
Yeah, a couple little accents there.
no, it's noon already, huh?
it's in Venice, that there's a lot of pigeons.
Oh, should I put those in too? Yeah,
Sure.
yeah, whatever.
Oh my God. That's what I miss about the city.
Oh, come on.
Yep.
Hey, Nettie, I'm gonna bow out.
That's fine. That's fine. We're done. I'm just noodling around, making goofy things, and we'll see you on Wednesday night.
See you Wednesday. You'll get my game before.
Okay, Josh. Great.
Bye.
Thank you, Ned.
All right. Good, Barb.
Jeez.
Thank you.
Not at all. Okay, I'm gonna turn off the recording part though.
We're gonna say hi to Ellen. We didn't talk to Ellen.
Recording
We're
stopped.
recording. Ellen was away this week.
Oh.
She did.
That's right, she told us.
She told us. It's really hard to remember that stuff, but
Thanks so much, Ned.
all right. Good. All right. See you, Lisa.
Yeah. See you Wednesday, Ned. Thanks.
Okay, Lori.
No, it's not.
Seems like if we had this class up at the lakeside and there's a Pilates class coming in at 12, we'd be in bad
Oh, we'd
shape.
be in trouble.
Get out.
Yeah.
The bouncing balls and all that other stuff.
Yep. That's for sure.